charged with a federal offense. There were no reports of any injuries, but the video appears to show that man shooting a pistol at law enforcement agents. California Governor Gavin Newsom tried to politicize the moment, posting kids running from tear gas, crying on the phone because their mother was just taken from the fields. Trump calls me new scum, but he's the real scum. The CBP commissioner, Rodney Scott, replied to that, saying, here's some breaking news. 10 juveniles were found at this marijuana facility, all illegal aliens, 8 of them unaccompanied. It's now under investigation for child labor violations. This is Newsom's California. Authorities are sounding the alarm that escalating anti-ICE rhetoric could carry deadly consequences. But California Democratic Senator Alex Padilla is defending his proposal that would mandate ICE wear visible identification and ban them from concealing their faces during most operations, posting to X.
Were apprehended in this raid out in California.
I mean, this makes me so mad. I don't know how anyone could take in what you just walked us through. And especially looking at, potential labor, what they did with these children, the 8 unaccompanied minors, the 10 children that were found on this marijuana farm, and conclude that law enforcement is the problem,
right?
That ICE is the problem in this country, or ICE agents are hero, as are all law enforcement officers. Just recently, they nabbed an MS-13 kingpin who is wanted for 5 murders in El Salvador, and on its top 100 most wanted list. You had Attorney General Pam Bondi at the end of last month announced that federal authorities had arrested 2,700 Tren de Aragua gang members. I'm sorry, the people who are out there arresting and deporting those people, they are the heroes, not the villains, yet the Democrats see them as the villains, not the heroes.
And Border Czar Tom Homan was with us the last hour, and he talked about those unaccompanied minors found at the weed farm.
It certainly upsets me, and like I said, the work men and women of ICE are doing is incredible. Look, we're looking for over 300,000 missing children. We've already found 10,000. Have you heard that anywhere? No, the media is simply not covering it. And look, this should be a nonpartisan issue. Arresting public safety threats and national security threats, everybody be all the same page on that. Rescuing children, I mean, it should be a nonpartisan issue. Everybody should be in lockstep on that, but they're not. The media is lying. The Democrats they don't want President Trump to be successful. I got news for them. We are being successful. Every illegal alien public safety threat we arrest makes this country safer. Every national security threat we take off the street and deport makes us safer. And we're rescuing thousands of children. The lives saved every day by ICE, the lives saved every day by Border Patrol, are in the hundreds. So the only thing I can think of, Griff, if they hate President Trump more than they love their community.
So you're talking about a situation where you have these ICE officials trying to solve a human catastrophe that was entirely caused by Democrat politicians over the past 4 or 5 years. You have an investigation into child slavery, and then you have actual, as you went through, violence being committed against officers who are sworn to uphold the law and enforce the laws, including ICE agents being fired at. And you have Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, who many Democrats view as the top person who could potentially run against, get the party's nomination in 2028. Condemning the officers and condemning those trying to enforce the law. That's the situation where, the rest of the country has moved on to trying to enforce the law, but that's where the Democrat Party is stuck.
And you can't underscore the part about where Tom Homan was talking about rescuing these children. Gavin Newsom and all the Democrats need to remember, we can show you back a couple years ago in McAllen, by the way, the same city where we had that attack on the Border Patrol, these children that were trafficked across the border.
Of George Floyd back in 2020. Heck, I'm out with that, with mentioning that when the looting starts, the shooting starts. So we're told that president watched these images coming out of California last week and was very upset at what? HE greater than saw IS greater than ICE agents being attacked. AND greater than he wanted. Greater than to come down hard against them. Hence that social media post. But you heard their over the weekend. The Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, saying that the administration fight against this ruling, not surprising, given the administration's stance over the last couple of months when it comes